Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Old Guy Farmer's Single Player Challenge. This is day 44, and it should be the second day of winter in year 2. Let's go ahead and jump on in. So we've already set up our Ponzi Ergo. We don't have the Scorpion this year. We've got the Ergo for our winter logging and our spring logging. Interesting news is that the Massey Ferguson pack was updated. We got Jetty and Todd the Farm in chat. How y'all doing? Looks like Todd is just a little bit further south than me. I'm in Virginia, Todd. Well, on the news of the Massey Ferguson upgrade, I updated that to this morning when I saw that it was out. And when I went in and did some checking on a test map, I discovered that, lo and behold, our wonderful fertilized spreader that we're using here on the map, which is the Massey Ferguson spreader from the Massey pack, it's been updated, and it's got a much lower capacity now. So if you recall, before it had a capacity of 2,000 liters, which in all honesty was a bit much for the size of the spreader. Right now it now has a capacity of 500 liters, so it's been drastically reduced. I am rather happy that we did a fair bit of fertilizing yesterday, so we don't have to deal with that lower capacity right away. Alright, let's take a look, and our sheep should be fine because we cared for them yesterday. Yep, our sheep are good for a while, so we won't have to worry about them. And we already got our sheep price for the day, and our truck and everything should be over where we're going to start logging. So I'm going to show you the Massey pack just real quick while it's still a little dark. So here's the updated Massey pack, and I noticed that the baler here, the square baler, is now about half the price that it used to be. It used to be $50,000, now it's $24,000. Here's our spreader that we use, and now it's only got a capacity of 500 liters. We've got a harvester now for $55,000, so we might be seeing this harvester on other streams of this challenge, given its low price, its low maintenance, and everything. We've got a header, and then other changes is we've got a round baler now for $12,000. Now this is very interesting. $12,000, $12 a day round baler. That might somewhat change my strategy on round baling for this and the wrapper. But then again, I kind of like having everything all in one bundle. We now have true two-wheel drive tractors. Before, the two-wheel drive option really just gave you a two-wheel front wheels, but really the front wheels still drove and rotated with traction. What else did we do? That's about it. I think that's about all the changes that I recognized. Alright, let's slow down our trains. Alright. Let's go ahead and see what we can do. Alright, now I think what we're going to do is start down here. If you recall, yesterday we're going to cut them right here. Yep. If you recall, yesterday we took the logs out along the along the road of field 22, which we bought. So we'll need to take the stumps out at some point. Hey Stomp, how are you doing? Hey Farming Simulator 17 Logger. How you doing? Todd says something about Dowland Farm was a good map until he glitched it and threw my bills everywhere. I don't understand the bills part, but how did you glitch the map, Todd? Did you throw it in editor and try to do something? Oh, it threw your bales everywhere. Still interested how you glitched it. It is 8:16 and it is still dark. I forgot how dark it stayed here in wintertime. Todd says, whatever you do, do not take a wrapped bale inside the feeding area at the farmhouse at the cows. So you took the silage bale in there and all of a sudden everything just went haywire on you? I was wondering why I wasn't seeing any sawdust build up. Somehow I must have hit Z when I meant to hit X to cut. There, we're getting some sunlight. Finally. This is the last tree we're going to cut over here before we switch sides. Yeah, that text-to-speech will, or the speech-to-text will get you every time with some crazy, crazy interpretations. So I have to say, I'm really liking this ergo so far. Seems to be much easier to drive than the Scorpion because it doesn't articulate in the middle, which makes steering it up to and addressing the tree a lot easier, because when you try to turn it, the whole thing doesn't waggle on you. Means the less time that I spend trying to address the tree, the more trees I can cut. So how are y'all liking the challenge so far? I don't think I've seen Todd the Farm in chat before. Welcome to the channel. If you have been in chat and I simply have forgotten, I apologize. I did see in the Farming Simulator forums that in the testing thread as to what mods were in testing, that there was a Dallin Farms in testing, so I would imagine that would be version 2. It's in testing, so barring any issues, it might show up tomorrow or Friday. Alright, let's see here. Let's go this way. So do you like that joystick? Todd says he uses a Logitech Extreme 3D Pro joystick. Oh, I hit it. Wow, I hit a serious stump there. I'm actually using a trackball, a Logitech, cheap Logitech trackball. When the trackball responds, it's fairly good. So I can just kind of flick the thumb and spin the ball. Which maps did you watch, Todd? You must have liked them if you put 3 hours into them. Now the earlier ones are kind of they're kind of blah. They're dark. Whoa! Uh-oh. I did not even know it cut. That was not cool. That was not cool at all. Did you have difficulty getting it configured as far as the inputs and the axis and all that? It does have a blue ball. Yeah, it's the M570. I typically have not been a fan of trackballs, but for loader work or the Scorpion or anything like that, it seems to work pretty good. I think I'm going to bring the truck over here and load this up just to clear it out of the way. Those down there are fairly orderly. These are starting to get a bit disjointed, so we're going to pick these up. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's see here. Flip sides. Pick that one back up. Flip sides and pick these up. Let's get over here and reload our truck. Hey, Duck Zorly, how are you doing? Alright. This could be better. It's when these fall in crooked that really annoys me. Like that one right there, that is just awful. You know when autoload doesn't work because it doesn't get grabbed and put up there. Alright. Now this is the same trailer that Rubber Burner is using in the challenge, and he manages to tip his trailer quite often. So let's have our own little kind of internal challenge and see if we can not roll our trailer. That'll be our internal challenge. Let's see. Todd asks, am I ever on a server or play with other people? Yes, I am. This particular stream is part of a single player challenge, if you're not aware. So we have a challenge to play with seasons, 6-day seasons on this map, which is a Goldcrest Valley edit. And we're playing at 15 times speed. And we're playing for a duration of 3 years. And it's basically who can earn the most money over 3 years. So this is a single player stream. But I do sometimes participate in multiplayer streams. It wasn't this last Sunday, but well, I didn't have it in my channel, so you can't go back and see the archive, but better slow down for him. Occasionally I will play on the PCSG open multiplayer server, which is open to any PCSG member. There's also a channel, Delta Bravo Productions, that I will occasionally be on a multiplayer stream on his channel. In fact, we might be on his channel this Sunday evening. Alright, well that's one load delivered without a roll. So we'll consider that a success. Welcome back, Spencer. Welcome to the channel. I know why we had a bag of seed up there. The other day we picked up our logging trailer and our Ponzi, and I had commented that there was a bag of seed up there. And I had forgotten that I had to buy that bag of seed to finish seeding field 22 here. So that explains why there was a bag of seed there. Alright, let's pick up this while we're here. Alright. I need to grind these stumps down. We have 3 days until we need to maintain this truck, so we just need to remember that. What's wow, Todd? I see the wow in chat, but curious what's wow. Let's see if we can get this one log here. All right. Hey, going Bad Dog, how you doing? I saw he was streaming. I didn't see how far into the day he was to know if he's about done or if he just noticed an alert that I was streaming. Hey Mark, how are you doing? I was going to ask you, Mark, a question related to a truck pack that I saw over on modhoster.com that I've been following. I think it's a kind of a Russian model. I know you're into Russian stuff, but I think overall it's a newer truck. They're kind of along the same lines of the AR trucks. I think it's like the Graz or the Gaz. Have you seen those? If he's still in, hold on, there's a train coming. Whew. If he's still in, if you're still over there, give him my hellos back. I was in his stream for a few moments before I started this one up. I saw he was down to 1.6 million. I don't know if he made some buys on some sheep or what he did to drop his money down. Hey, we got rubber burner. Hey, I've not rolled the truck yet. We're using the same trailer you are now. Last year we were using Stevie's trailer. This year we're going to use the GTX road train trailer because it said that it supported 10-meter logs. Thanks for the sub, James. There goes the truck. Yeah, I like the gas trucks for a series I'm thinking I'm going to do over on Slovak Village. But I feel like I'm cheating a little bit on the GTX mods AR truck pack a little bit. Yeah, the cars in this game are a bit, they're a bit like immovable objects. You just hit them and you bounce back. They're awful. So, Mark, I watched your video, and it sounded like you and Mary were trying to hook up for dinner. Was I hearing that correctly? Are you trying to court Mary the farmer to maybe get a good price on her land? Oh, you know what? I went and completely past the bridge that I wanted. That's alright, we'll just have to double back. Alright, let's back this guy up. We got quite the mound of sawdust there. What's your steering setting on? They look, well, depending on what I'm doing, I'm either driving with a keyboard or with a wheel. Usually if I'm in cab, I'm driving with a wheel. If I'm third person like this, I'm almost always driving with the keyboard. It's kind of odd that way, I think. So when I was in the truck, I was on a wheel, but now I am using a keyboard. No idea why. I guess it's because I'm using the keyboard for the cut and other things, so I just leave my hand on the keyboard. That's mostly because I never bothered trying to map the buttons on the wheel to anything useful. Well, I didn't even see him in chat, Rubber Burner. How you doing, DoughBoy? I was too concentrating on not rolling the trailer. But I have to say, I was true to my word. Once Rubber Burner rolled his trailer, I did like the video. I think you should fire up the sawdust mod, Rubber Burner. You get thousands of free money there. Alright, we're about to go make a new pile somewhere. Alright, let's see here. Let's start a new pile of sawdust over here. Is that one of the logging mods from the is it like the FSH logging guys? This mammoth tree cutter. Does it look like one of those loader, track loaders? I don't know what the proper term for that is. Hey Ed, a long time no see. How you been? Seems like we haven't seen you in the stream since maybe springtime. Well, Ed, we got a late start to our mowing, but we've got quite the stockpile of bales. I'm going to check tomorrow what the silage bale price is. I think the best price we got last year was in day 4, but I want to verify that it wasn't actually day 3. How does that wheel connect? Is it USB or is it some type of serial adapter? I'm actually using a Thrustmaster T150 wheel. We're going to cut for another few minutes, and then we're going to load up another trailer and sell it. So we've got 15 people in chat. I'm going to ask everybody a question. I am thinking about doing something wild and crazy, and that is, I'm thinking of starting a map once I'm done this challenge, which should be somewhere around the second week of September that I'm going to finish. So I'm thinking about starting a map using 24-day seasons, running at 15 times speed, and I'm looking for suggestions as to what map to play. So I don't have any constraints, any requirements. I'm open to any and all suggestions. So let's hear some suggestions. We're going to get our truck. We don't want to get stuck on our pile of sawdust. Alright, let's get out here to level ground, and we're going to unload this and reload it. Alright, so far we've got Pine Cove, we have Sandy Bay, as suggestions. to turn around because that trailer was leaning quite substantially. And I'd rather load this trailer on a fairly flat setup if possible. Call that the load. Now we'll go back to our steering wheel driving. I have seen direct drive wheels, and they are incredibly expensive. Now, I would say that they are a bit excessive overkill for farm sim, but if you're into racing, then competitive or direct drive wheels are pretty nice. From the standpoint of the amount of feedback they can give you. So we got a few suggestions for Sandy Bay. It'll be a while before I make a decision on a map. I'm just looking for suggestions. It wanted to roll. I saw the truck tip a little bit. So is Dowland Farm completely unplayable now for you as a result of that silage bale thing? So have you seen So Gone Bad? Have you seen me get hit by the trains? I've got a few streams where I've been taken out pretty good. There's a video on in my archive in the I think it's in the live stream playlist that is when I was on playing on Blue Ridge Acres, which is another Goldcrest Valley edit, where I got taken out by a train over by the grain transfer station. And I ended up with the tractor halfway in the building. And I was in first person when I got hit by the train. And all I know is my view went totally jack, and I was seeing the sky, I was seeing the ground, I was all over the place. It was quite frightful when it happened. Actually, I don't know too much about the solar eclipse, Todd. When is it? When's it coming? Is it sometime this week? Oh, I'm backing into a tree, aren't I? I think we're gonna have to wait till sunlight to get these two, else we're gonna get totally stuck. So we are going to. We made about 550 bales this year. Last year we made about 300 and some. Let's clean up this area real fast. Pick up our eggs, and then we're going to call this then we're going to call this the stream. is overkill. I don't really know what... I don't know what these, what that's commented to, but it might be what, something else that's been in chat that I wasn't paying attention to. Alright, so we're going to grab our eggs here. Alrighty. We're going to save. And we're going to skip night. Alt in. Alrighty. And oh, look, that must be frozen ground. That picture up there with the dirt and the little plant and the snowflake. So that's what the new frozen ground looks like on Seasons 1.1. Let's take a look at our forecast. We got 2 days of snow, day 5 and 6. Spring looks pretty good. I don't think we're not going to have frozen ground on day 1. Hopefully we'll get rid of a lot of snow early on in spring. Let's take a look at our wood chip price. It's pretty good, 207. But we're not going to sell wood chips right now. So $113,000 in wood. That's just 3 loads, wasn't it? Didn't we only take 3 loads down there? That's pretty good. So we got running costs is down. That's good. Leasing cost, animal upkeep, property maintenance, property income. Those are our greenhouses. Not a bad day overall. We're going to save this. We're going to quit because that is a requirement of the stream, of the contest. Thank you guys for coming out and watching. And I encourage you to check out the other contestants. Their links are in my description. And we should hopefully be back here tomorrow around the same general time frame at 9:30 Eastern PM time, which is for anybody international. I think that's I think it's -5 GMT at this point in time. So until next time, happy farming.